Greetings, Earthlings, aliens, other miscellaneous life forms, and of course me, Moonbeam Team, and welcome to Planet Moonstar. I'm MX Moonstar. Now today, folks, I am a little bit sick. However, I still want to make a video for you. So, you're playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, you love the game. However, because you're used to other games where you can just sort of, time travel and whatnot to where you want to be, you can't really do that with this game. However, what you can do, there is a bunch of other things you can do instead. So this video is going to be 50 things you can do in Hello Kitty Island Adventure when you are bored. Isn't that awesome? Not being bored, but like being in Hello Kitty, I mean. Being in this game, I mean, oh my gosh. I can't speak today. Why am I recording a video? Never mind. I'm gonna do my best now. I've got everything written down. Let's go. Number 1 would be to have a look at your achievements tab. So you go to your phone and then it's achievements, and then you've got all these different things you can do. So doing these will get you rewards, and it's just nice to actually look in your achievements and see a bunch of ticks. It's so wonderful. This one is sounds a bit broken at the moment, but I digress. Having a bunch of ticks for all the things you've completed so far and whatnot is really cool. And you can get all sorts of rewards for doing these as well. Like, for instance, becoming best friends with Hello Kitty, you'll get free red bow apple pies. You can also get friendship blossoms from doing things, more friendship blossoms, all sorts of things. So make sure that you have a look in your achievements and see if there is anything you can do in the game. Now your next one is puzzles for number 2. So actually going around and entering the different puzzle rooms and completing the puzzles and getting the treasures that they hold is such a good idea, because there's all sorts of goodies hidden in these puzzle rooms for you. And if you're stuck with any of the puzzles, I do have a puzzles guide video up on my channel as well if you're interested. But yeah, make sure you're doing all your puzzles, folks, get all the goodies. Next up, for number 3, I would definitely say go ahead, take some time to get to know and explore the land. Now, in my other video, I'm not too sure which one it was, I mentioned that the devs like to hide chests under like waterfalls and stuff like that. So definitely go check your waterfalls and all sorts of different spots for any hidden chests. And sometimes, like that coconut I just picked up earlier, that was kind of hidden. So just, take some time to familiarize yourself with the game and just, be able to once you're familiar with it, you can taking the time to actually familiarize yourself with the game can actually help with your daily stuff. You might be able to do things a little bit quicker if you take a bit of extra time just to get yourself more orientated to your particular surroundings. Next one would be to collect things. This is a daily and something you should be trying to do as much as you can. But if you're bored, why don't you just go around and pick up some really necessary items like rubber, glowberries, sticks, sand dollars, things like that. There are loads of things you can pick up and collect. And you can also, once you level out your characters enough, you can also ask them to pick up stuff for you as well. Your next one would be mini games. So there are plenty of mini games in this game that you can play, and there's plenty of prizes to earn. So actually taking the time and trying to get yourself a little bit better at the mini games will definitely help you in the long run, especially if you're trying to collect things for the achievements or even the collections tab, So if you need any help with any of the mini games, I do have an all mini games guide already up on the channel as well. Your next one would be to go ahead and complete all the race courses. So all around Friendship Island there are a bunch of race courses you can complete. All you need to do is activate it by standing on the button, and then you just go around and collect the sakura flowers, I think they are. And as you can see, I'm gonna fail. I wasn't even anywhere close. But they're really fun, and if you're stuck with them, you can bring Pom Pom with you, and you can also bring Pachacho with you as well. But there's lots to do. There's like around about 6 or 5 in each of the different regions on Friendship Island and Cloud Island and the Merry Meadow. Next, I would say a nice way to pass the time is to try and take some pretty pictures. So there are lots of pretty spots in the game you can take pictures in. There's some areas of the swamp which are really pretty with like the glowberries and stuff. There's also the Rainbow Reef. There's a bunch of different places in this game you can take very, very nice pictures with all the characters. Moving on to decorating. Now there are a bunch of things you can do with decorating in this game. I just like to put things down for convenience. I was about to say comedians then. The things aren't even touching the wall. Oh dear me, what am I like? But yes, you can decorate visitor cabins, you can decorate your cabins. There's so much you can do with decorating in this game. So you can definitely like maybe set yourself even like a little challenge with decorating. Me and Fluff Isle did one during a stream we did together actually, which was quite fun. Next thing would have to be take advantage of multiplayer. So there's a lot you can do with multiplayer in this game. Don't try and use this code, it's probably expired by now. You won't come to my island if you use that code, I'm sorry. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with multiplayer, and sometimes it's nice just to have some company while you do some quests and stuff, you know? So number 10 for me would have to be plan your flowers. So there are people out there who've got like spreadsheets. I'm one of them. I've got to be honest, I don't use it as much as I used to because I've kind of been a bit stressed out by flowers because the flower mechanic is absolutely insane in this game and it's so good. It's just very overwhelming for myself. But one thing you could do is you could try and wrap your head around flowers, and you could learn how to do everything. I've got videos up on it if you need it. And I've also got a bunch of spreadsheets as well, and you can get some really pretty flowers. And I'd say it's especially worth it now that the devs have actually put the colours of the flowers in the inventory, because before every flower in your inventory used to just be white, but if you went to have a look at it properly, like over here, it would tell you the proper colour. But now you can actually look at the different colours, and they're so pretty. They are so pretty. Next up would be to have a little look on the Hello Kitty Island Adventure wiki page. Now there are a bunch of reasons why you could use this. You could see where all the challenge courses are quite easily. You could have a look at the recipes. There are all sorts of things you can do. You can look at previous updates. You can look at what's going on in other platform versions, like with updates and whatnot, you know, if you're curious. There's a lot of information about this game on the wiki, and the people who make the wiki are absolutely amazing, and they're always needing a hand with things. So if you're in the Discord server and you're able to lend a hand, I would definitely suggest reaching out and trying to lend a hand, you know? Next one would have to be, if you haven't already, go ahead and join the Hello Kitty Island Adventure Discord server. Now there is a lot of things happening in the Discord server. There's trading, there's multiplayer. Trading and multiplayer is the same thing. There's game discussions, there's FAQs. There's all sorts of goodies in the Discord server, and it's a good place to keep up with bugs in the game and updates as well. Next on my list is your collections tab. So like the achievements tab, you have another tab where you just collect things. And there are a lot of things in this game to collect, so you can set yourself some little goals to actually get everything on here and whatnot. Moving on now to weather, a nice way to sort of keep playing the game, but also kind of makes you take a break, is leaving the game open and having weather happen on your island. So obviously for this you do have to have weather unlocked, and all you need to do is just leave the game open, come and check on it every now and again, and then you can go and get the weather currency that will hopefully spawn for you, and hopefully it's the weather type that you really want the currency for currently. Next up would be catching bugs. So this is for an event, so for this particular event I have to catch a bug every day, and then I have to go and give it to the habitat over here. But there are loads of bugs and fish you can catch in this game, so just go crazy, just try and catch them all, and if you need help, I do have a fish and bugs guide up for you on my channel. Have you gone ahead and found everybody's conch shells and lost packages? If you need any help finding them, I do have a video on both of them for you. But if you don't know what it is, basically you just go around the island, you find the conch shells, you find the packages, you give them to the characters, you get a bit of extra friendship, which is quite nice. Have you been collecting trash to recycle at the recycling plant? Because you should. Because if you do have a chance of getting coral keys. And coral keys are really cool because you can take those coral keys and open the ocean themed chests, which really do have some really cool stuff in them. Have you snapped all the different good tama there are in all the different regions of Friendship Island? So there's tama in the Seaside Resort, Spooky Swamp, Gemstone Mountain, the Reef, and Mount Hothead. If you need any help with locating any of the Gudetama, I do have a Gudetama guide which goes over all of them. Now I don't have actual footage for the next one, but if it's the dance hall night, one of my favourite things to do is to cause a bit of chaos. And the way I do that is I wait just before everybody comes out of there, and I stand in the door so when they come out, it just looks funny. I've already got a picture, I haven't got any footage, but I think the picture says enough. It's one of my favourite things to do. Have you gone around and opened all the chests that there is to open? I mentioned at the beginning, exploring is a good idea to familiarise yourself with everything, and going ahead and finding the chests for all the different things you can get in the game is really good because you can get things like materials, you can get furniture items, you can get Hello Kitty items, you can get all sorts of goodies. So make sure that you're going around your island, thoroughly exploring it and opening all the chests that you see. Have you been collecting all of your strawberry crates? Strawberry crates are really good in this game because they're used to repair cabins, which are good for your visitors. So make sure that you go around your island and you're collecting the strawberry crates. If you go on the Hello Kitty Island Adventure wiki page, there is a spawn map for all the different strawberry crates in all the different regions. Have you been to collect all the stamina apple slices that are all around Friendship Island? So I do have a video on the stamina apples I released the other day. I did miss one out, so I made another video exploring the lava caves. In that video I show you where the last stamina apple is. And you can also get that apple before doing the Fire Up the Volcano quest, which brings the lava back to Mount Hothead. Have you been to put hats on all of your gnolls? Have you got hats for all of your gnolls? So what I like to do, depending on where the gnoll is, I like to give them a special little hat, just for funsies. So this one has the pirate hat because he's on the pirate ship. So I gave him the pirate hat and he's been very happy ever since. Yeah, you should do that. You should totally do that. There is also an achievement for doing that as well, so yeah. Something I forget about in this game is you can actually swim in the majority of the lava, as long as you've got Retzko's swimming ability unlocked. And basically, yeah, you Can't really do anything like majorly interesting, but it does make for some like really cool pictures and stuff because of like the oranges and oh, it's really pretty. But I think there are some courses that do actually require you to actually swim in the lava in order to complete them. So I think that's why we have that ability. But hey, it's still really cool. Something I never do. I never go swimming. Oh, let's go! Oh my gosh! Okay, I never go swimming in the lava. Ever. Woo! This is so cool! I'm fine! I'm absolutely fine. Like that dog when everything's on fire and he's just having a cup of tea. Oh. My next one would have to be, have you tried getting on top of the dance hall, and have you tried getting on top of Karomi's haunted mansion? Now obviously I failed, absolutely awful there. But one thing I like to do is just, you know, jump on there just because I can. And there's actually, oh my gosh, what am I like? Hang on a minute. Yeah, I just like to sort of like just go on top of these buildings and just like look at everything, you know, because sometimes that can be like really cool. And sometimes on certain buildings, not all of them, there can be like CDs and comics hidden up here. So it's always a good idea to like check. I've not really noticed any CDs or comics on the dance hall, but I have on Karomi's witch hut. Yeah, definitely on her witch hut, yes. Have you gone ahead and found all the critter lists for the nature preserve? There's one for Mount Hothead, there's one for the Spooky Swamp, there's one for the Seaside Resort, there's one for Gemstone, and there's one for the Reef. Have you cooked all the different recipes in the game? There are a bunch of recipes in the game you can cook. If you need any help with them, I do have a cooking guide already up for you. Change your character's appearance. So sometimes what I like to do is give my character a little bit of a fresh look, and sometimes this is just enough to like, you know, keep me going and whatnot, and it just gives me something to do because we do get so many nice items. So it's a good idea to change the appearance of your character every now and again so you can like fully appreciate the lovely items that were given. My next one would have to be to speedrun stuff. So in the past, I have made a video where I speedrun all the island courses. And I did them in about 18-ish minutes. So why don't you try and see if you can beat me? See if you can beat my time. You could go find the video. I show my face in the video if you want to see how ugly I am. I'll give you something to do, make you less bored. Oh, funny. But yeah, see if you can beat my time. I would love to know if you could. Let me know if you try it. Multiplayer minigames. Now, of course, you can actually go ahead and play the minigames in multiplayer. The actual minigames, like the Red Hot Rampage and whatnot, stuff like that you can do. But did you know that you can actually catch bugs and fish on somebody else's island? Oh look, we just got a CD. That's handy. But back to the multiplayer minigame one, you can actually go ahead and set a timer and you can see who can catch the most amount of bugs or fish in that time. So my next one is to collect all the CDs. Now there are a bunch of CDs you can collect. There are some that are actually like dotted around each of the different regions, and then there are some you can only get by fishing, and you have to fish for a bunch of fish. You have to keep doing it over and over and over again, but it can be quite a relaxing process, and you will eventually get a CD from a particular fish. I do have guides about CDs from fish if you need it. Next, there are a bunch of different things you can craft in this game. There are cooking stations, there are island stones, there are clothes, there are candles, there's good armor, there's trophies, there's conch shells, all sorts of different things that you're able to craft. And crafting some of them will actually count towards some of your achievements and whatnot. So it might be an idea just to go ahead and see what you're actually able to craft. Have you unlocked all the mailbox locations? There are loads of mailbox locations in this game, aka fast travel, and it's a good idea to go ahead and unlock all of them just for convenience sake, and just because scrolling all the way down and having everything unlocked is absolutely beautiful. Sometimes it's just kind of cool to actually like go around the island and find all these cool, weird, hidden sort of areas. So there's this area here, and it just looks very ominous, honestly. You've got the fog at the bottom, and you've got tracks that lead nowhere. So maybe like one day this is going to be something, you know? And it's just so cool to like see it like this, you know? That's if it does become something. It would be lovely if it did, because I think it's really interesting. But there are lots of hidden areas like this around the island. You've got the sunken ship in the Rainbow Reef, which is quite mysterious. And the crystal caves are kind of mysterious themselves. But there's a lot of exploring you can do, and just like taking in your surroundings and whatnot. And you can take some really cool pictures. My next one would have to be to visit the nature preserve. So once you've given some critters to this place, you can actually go and you can see them like just living their best life, you know, all coexisting together, and it's all happy and all lovely, and it's just so fun, and it's like a cute little area for them. And you can donate more, and then you'd have more of them running around, you know. Blathers would not be happy. But he's not in this game, so it's fine. And then the one after that I have for you is to actually donate to the nature preserve. Go out and catch some critters or the nature preserve. Like, you can give so many different ones. Like, just go ahead and give some to the nature preserve, and then you can go in the different rooms, and then you can all watch them be mad and be bug-like and critter-like, you know? The fishing well is up on our list next, and with this you can actually donate fish, and then you can get a special type of furniture. Now it is a little bit RNG, so you are at the mercy of the fishing well. So you have to give the fishing well some really good finds, and then the fishing well will reward you. Did you know there are a bunch of prizes you can get from all the different mini games? So like some of my favorites are like the popcorn machine and the arcade cabinet, but you can get CDs, comics, special clothing, all sorts of goodies just by playing the mini games. Some things are more rarer than others, so you will probably have to play the mini games quite a few times, but if you need help with that, I do have a guide for you up on my channel. Now, the next thing I would suggest you do is take the time to actually have a proper look at the level up rewards. Now, when you're playing the game, and if you're like sort of busy all the time and you're just going on to gift people and then collecting things and then logging off, you're not really taking the time to actually properly have a look at what you're unlocking, because sometimes you don't realize, oh, I've actually got the dessert machine upgraded all the way, or I've unlocked the espresso machine in Hello Kitty's cafe, you know? So just make sure that you have a look and you are familiar with what you're actually unlocking and what you've got, where you need to go, and yeah, get everything from the level up rewards. Get excited for your next level up. Moving on now to character hats. So as we all know, once you level up a character all the way, get max friendship, you give them their free heart gift, and then they will give you a character box, and that box does have a chance of having a little hat in it, which is very special and unique to the character. And they're all collectible, and each of the characters that you can gift have one, which is really, really sweet and really lovely, and the hats are so cute. You can't trade them. I don't think you can trade them anyway, I've not tried. But but they're really pretty and you should definitely try and aim to get them. Have you been finding your top hat Gudetama on a weekly basis? And if you have you missed any weeks? It's a good idea to actually check what you've got and what you haven't got. So when that particular Gudetama comes around again, you can actually go and get that Gudetama and you can actually finish your collection. Another thing to do when you're bored is your weekly quests. So you have a multiplayer quest, you have a gifting quest, there's also a collecting quest, and then there's a recipes quest as well. And all of these give you special rewards for doing them. And then speaking about quests, you've also got daily quests, which completing will give you event currency and it will up your friendship with the characters who have given you the quest, which is quite nice. Do you currently have any birthday quests to complete? Now it's quite important, especially with birthday quests, to prioritize them because they're only around for a short amount of time. So don't leave it too long before you do go ahead and actually complete any birthday quests that you might have to complete. Event currency collecting. Have you been around your island and collected any of the event currency that is currently in the game for you? Because if you haven't, you probably should, or you're probably going to miss out on some really cool items. Have you been checking out My Melody's store and Tuxedo Sam's shop? Because you should, because they always have such cool things in there. And if you don't find what you're looking for in your shop, you can actually travel to somebody else's island and have a look in their shops. Have you watered all the pink flowers that there are to water in the game? So when you water flowers in this game, you can get items, recipes, all sorts of things just by watering these pink flowers. So it's a good idea to make sure you go around your island and if you find any, to water them and get the rewards. Have you taken the time to just actually relax and just watch the fish in the water do their thing? And have you actually listened to the background noises of this game? Because the ambience this game has is so immersive and so beautiful, and you can tell the sound designers put a lot of love into it. And the soundtrack as well is really good. So just having a little listen to it, you know, is quite nice sometimes. Having the wind like move the balloons is kind of cool as well, and just seeing the fish, like being the fish, it's so pretty, and everything is so pretty, and watching the waterfall do its thing, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, that's 50 things you can do in Hello Kitty Island Adventure when you're bored. So hopefully this video has given you some ideas on what to do in your game. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I am MX Moonstar. I play lots of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. If you like this video and you found it helpful, if you could give me a little cheeky subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And Moonbeam on my shoulder here. Just a little cheeky subscribe, like a cheeky Nando's on a Tuesday, innit? Okay. I'm gonna go and have a bottle of water now for my cough. Oh, I'm terrible, aren't I? Okay, I have been MX Moonstar. Bye bye.